Hey y'all, welcome back to Intuitive Reading. My name is Lauren and today is a very exciting video. I am here in Raleigh, North Carolina. We are doing a BookTube meetup with Krista from Books and Jams, Christy A. Cole, Chrissie from Chrissy's Purple Library, and T from A Quiet Kind of Life. I'm so excited to be here and to meet them. I have watched some of their channels for a really long time, and this is just surreal. Like, I can't even believe I was able to do this. I don't do things like this often, especially coming to a big city like this. So, you know, it's really exciting. But I can't wait to take you along with me. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. We are gonna eat some lunch, and then I believe we're gonna go to some bookstores. So I can't wait to show you guys all the fun adventures. So I wanted to wrap up this vlog by showing you some of the books that I got from the book exchange that we did on the meetup. And I also want to show you what I got at Quail Ridge Books, which is the bookstore we went to. I also wanted to talk about a few books that I have recently read. One of the books that I got from the book exchange was The Note Through the Wire by Doug Gold. This looks really interesting. As you guys know, I love World War II historical fiction, and so say less. This book is In an Instant, and this is by Tracy Wainwright. Chrissie suggested this book. She said it is a, I believe, Christian suspense. So I thought I would give it a try. I do like suspense books. So, you know, I thought I would just try it. Then, of course, I had to get a Karen Whittemire. This is To Win Her Heart. And I love this author. So this was the first book that I picked up. And I know I'm going to love it. And the last book I got from the book exchange is Lady in Waiting, and this is by Suzanne Meisner. This is also an autographed copy, which is really cool. So, right there. I'll read you the back of this because it sounds really good. I should have done that with the other ones as well, maybe, but anyway. It says, love is a choice you make every day. Content in her comfortable marriage of 22 years, Jane Lindsay had never expected to watch her husband, Brad, pack his belongings and walk out the door of their Manhattan home. But when it happens, she feels powerless to stop him in the course of events that follow Brad's departure. Jane finds an old ring in a box of relics from a British jumble sale and discovers a Latin inscription in the band along with just one recognizable word, Jane. Feeling an instant connection to the mysterious ring bearing her namesake, Jane begins a journey to learn more about the ring and perhaps about herself. In the 16th century, Lucy Day becomes the dressmaker to Lady Jane Grey, an innocent young woman whose fate seems to be controlled by a dangerous political and religious climate, one threatening to deny her true love in pursuit of her own interests. As the stories of both Janes dovetail through the journey of One Ring, it becomes clear that each woman has far more influence over her life than she once imagined. It all comes down to the choices each makes despite the realities they face. So that sounds pretty good. I'm willing to give it a try. And then this book I did not get from the book exchange. This was gifted to me a while ago, but it is one I have not read. I really need to read. I promised her this would be the next book that I read, and it's Ariadne and the Legend of the Fire Rose. Christie A. Cole so graciously signed this for me. So that was really sweet. I brought it and asked her if she would sign it, and she did. So that was super sweet of her, and was just like such a great opportunity to be able to meet her and for like her to sign it. So, and then we went to Quail Ridge Books, and I got Sharon Cameron's Bluebird. And I love this cover. I love how like it's the city here, and then it's a concentration camp here. I just think that is so cool. But this is a World War II historical fiction, surprise, that I do not own. So I've seen it at my library several times, and I've been curious about it, but I just have never picked it up. And so I saw this and got it. So I'm excited to read this and see how it is. So there's a couple of books I want to talk about that I have read over the past couple of months. I'm not going to do a wrap up for those months just because, you know, I was just going to talk about them here. June was a very slow reading month. There was a lot going on in June, and actually the past couple of months has been kind of slow going with reading, but that's okay. It's just the season of life I'm in. No big deal, but I did want to talk about some of the books that I have read. So I read Molly Saves the Day. This is an American Girl book. I love Molly's books. I have really been enjoying these, and this is one of the ones in her series that I have really enjoyed. I gave this 5 stars. This was just a fun, like, summer read. Molly and her friends are at summer camp, and they play a game of capture the flag, and it's just really a fun story. It was a nice little palate cleanser, very short book. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. And I'm talking about these in no particular order. So this is not the order that I read them, but yeah. The next book is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. There were parts of this that I liked, and then there were parts that I had no idea what was going on. And it's probably because I listened to this on audiobook instead of physically reading it. And I have found out that I'm just one of those people who, when it comes to fantasy, I just need to physically read it, because I just don't pick it up well when I listen to the book instead of read it. I really have to pay attention to what's going on to be able to understand it. So that's something I will know going forward. I am going to plan on physically reading this at some point, so that because I don't feel like it's really fair that because I listened to the audiobook, I don't really feel like I gave it 3 stars because there were parts that I did enjoy, but some of it I didn't really understand what was going on. So I kind of feel like it's unfair to, just say, oh, this book was okay, because I really need to just sit down and physically read it. The next book is Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries by Tanya Kappas. And this is the first book in a series, and I really enjoyed this. This is a cozy mystery. It's set in a campground. This lady goes through a divorce, and she gets this campground as part of her settlement. And I really enjoyed this book. I was surprised by how much I actually liked this, and I immediately looked up the second book, and I have it on my Kindle, but I'm super excited about this. I would love to own all the books in this series, because I just really connected with the story and the characters, and it was just really a good time, and it's perfect for the summer. So yeah, just really like this. I would highly recommend this book. If you're looking just for a fun, cozy mystery, highly recommend. The next book is called Lily's Promise. This is by Lily. I can't remember if it's Ebert or Ebert. My apologies if I'm not pronouncing it right. But this is a World War II. This is a nonfiction, so this is about this lady's life before, during, and after World War II. And, I love reading World War II historical fiction and nonfiction, because, it's one of those things where everybody experienced it differently. Everybody had a different experience. So I just love to read everybody's perspectives, like different perspectives, different, people who played different parts in the war. And this story really brought out, I loved how it brought out kind of, once she was in the concentration camp, it really kind of told the day-to-day of what they went through. And I just feel like this book did it in a way that other books I've read don't typically do. This really, because you think of things like, and I'm not explaining this well, I'm sorry, I'm long-winded, but I'm trying to get across what my mind is thinking. But I just really, there's things you think about and you're like, well, how would they have handled this? Or like, what did they do about this in the camps? Like, how would they have, done this or that or whatever? And she really goes into, talking about those things. And, it's just really interesting. It was an interesting perspective to read her story and everything. And I highly recommend this book. I don't remember it being, too graphic or anything. So I just really enjoyed it. Then I read a Mandy Blake. This is Truth is a Whisper. This is the first book in the Wolf Creek Ranch series. So I have read several Mandy Blake, but I have not, I believe this is the first cowboy romance I have read of hers. And this was good. I did enjoy this. It was kind of a nice palate cleanser book. I will read you the synopsis for this one. It says, they both want the truth, but are they willing to pay the price? Ava Collins is more than ready to say goodbye to the breakneck pace of the city, and an invitation to her grandfather's ranch is exactly what she needs. Finding out her former flame is running the ranch, on the other hand, was entirely unexpected. How can she put aside her memories of that whirlwind summer when she has to work beside the handsome cowboy every day? Jameson Ford was grateful to be offered the new foreman job at Wolf Creek Ranch. He's eager to prove himself, but quickly distracted by the reappearance of his first love, who also happens to be his boss's granddaughter. It's been years since they promised each other forever, and neither of them know how to pick up where they left off, or if they should forget it ever happened. Allied by their love of the ranch, Jameson and Ava have to work together despite the lingering feelings between them. When Ava uncovers secrets about her family, she doesn't know if she can trust anyone. Most of all, can she learn to trust her heart on her way to discovering the truth? So yeah, I recommend this one if you're just looking for a sweet, easy romance. It would be a great palate cleanser if you're just needing something, sweet, quick, easy to read, and yeah. Also wanted to mention really quickly some current reads. So I am listening to Ballet Shoes by Noel Streatfeild on audiobook, and I'm enjoying this. It's a cute little story, and I am really liking it. It's very quick to get through. I listened to this on my trip to Raleigh yesterday. And so, yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I am almost all the way through it. Still have a few chapters, but yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm reading this to give to my daughter eventually. So sometimes I will pick up books, and if it's something that I feel like is appropriate for her, it's something that I will give her to read. So yeah, I think she will really enjoy this. It's, a sweet children's story, and, really enjoy it. I am still reading For a Lifetime by Gabriel Meyer. I am really enjoying this book. I think it's going to be a 5-star read. I just love these time periods in history. 1912 and the Salem witch trials. I'm just loving this book. So it's just taking me a while to read because I'm physically reading it, and that takes me forever. But I do feel like I enjoy books more when I physically read them. So yeah, so I have that much left, and I really need to get through this. I really want to finish it. It's so good. And I want to obviously continue on in this series. I think the first 2 books I gave 4 stars, but this one I'm probably going to give 5 stars because I just love it. I'm reading the second book in the Ranger's Apprentice series by John Flanagan. This one's kind of slow starting off. It's okay. I'm not loving it like I was the first one. But I'm only like 3 chapters in so far. So I am going to keep going. I do have a lot of the books in this series. I also found out that my library does have a lot of these books available, and I think they have several of the ones that I'm missing in my collection. So that's good news. I will, unless I can find them at thrift stores, I will just get the others from the library. But these I got really cheap at the thrift store, so that's why I own a lot of copies. So anyway, yeah, but I did enjoy the first book in this series, so I do want to continue on. Hopefully this book will pick up a little bit with like the action and adventure type stuff, because that's what I'm here for. So, and then finally I am reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is a reread for me, but I don't remember what happened the first time I read it. I think I listened to it on audiobook, and I just do not remember what happened in the story, and I want to read this before I read Sunrise on the Reaping. I wanted to go back and read this one. So I'm not that far through it. I am on chapter 5. So, and I am tabbing as I go. I've started really tabbing my books because I feel like it helps me remember things better, and it really helps me pay attention to the book, and I can, you know, tab stuff that I found really significant, or quotes that I liked, or things like that. That's how I tab. So yeah, I am really enjoying what I'm reading. It's just slow going. I'm just reading when I can, and I'm really not pushing myself to read if I don't feel like it. I have also been, you know, playing some games on my Kindle and also on my Nintendo Switch. I do like to play games occasionally. I wouldn't call myself a gamer, but I do like to play just, you know, some of the kind of cozy games. I'm loving the Oregon Trail right now. I'm loving Animal Crossing. So those are, you know, just a few of the games I'm playing right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really want to thank Krista T, Kristi A. Cole, and Chrissie for doing the meetup yesterday. I feel like that was such a great opportunity for, you know, us to, for those of us who could go to, you know, meet them and just, you know, hang out and get to know them a little bit better. So much fun. And, you know, I just really appreciated the fellowship and getting to know the other ladies. There were some really great ladies that, were able to come, and I'm just really thankful for that time to get to spend with them and to get to know them a little better. And yeah, they were just, again, all so wonderful, so sweet to take the time out of their day to you know, meet up and just you know, hang out with us. So leave a comment down below with what you are currently reading, or if you've read anything lately that you really enjoyed. I would love to hear about that. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I mentioned in this video. I would love to hear about that also. Hope everybody has a great day and a great week, and I will see you later. Bye.